All right, guys, we are out here at Gen Con 2012. It's Sunday. That's right, 45th year at Gen Con. It's Sunday. We're out here. You can see the crowds. People are moving all over the place. Mozu Pro is having a great time. I hope you've enjoyed the footage from this week, and I got plenty more to come. Let's go celebrate. Guys, I'm down here with Justin Gary from Gary Games, and the first thing we're going to talk about, I believe, something really cool, SOLFORGE.
Yeah, this is something we're really excited about. I'm glad to be talking with you.
Awesome.
We just launched our Kickstarter campaign like 10 days ago.
Yes.
This is the first time anyone can actually get their hands on SOLFORGE.
Nice.
It's a digital trading card game, so we're defining it and building the game exclusively for digital. We worked with Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic the Gathering.
Oh my God, yeah.
He's been by the booth. He's actually going to be by here in a few minutes.
Oh.
And so we'll actually get a chance to talk to him a little bit later.
That would be cool.
But this is something we are really excited about, and it's something that we've gone to the fans to help us support, which is
certainly
we haven't really been able to do before. So now you can be a part of it. If you donate via Kickstarter, you'll get to be in our beta. You'll get exclusive cards, all kinds of free stuff. So it's this really cool thing to actually be a part of the process.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to talk you through some of the cool mechanics
certainly,
here.
Please.
So we've actually got the demo right here in front of us.
Right.
You can see one of the great mechanics about this thing, which is something you couldn't do in a physical game that we do here, is that cards actually level up as you play them. So when you play the card, it'll come out into play, and then a higher level version gets shuffled into your deck. So you can see the numbers get better, the art changes. This guy has a cool regenerate power that keeps growing up. Let's see, level 3 version here. And so that actually, when you play cards, it dictates the strategy of what's available for you later on in the game.
That's cool.
Playing cards is super easy. You can just drag it to whatever lane you want, comes right into play, and you see the higher level version go back into your deck.
Nice.
With the exception of the first turn, where you just get one play to kind of make up for the advantage of going first.
Right.
You pick any 2 cards in your hand and play them, discard whatever you don't play, and then go to a new hand of 5. So it's like super fast and easy to pick up, but there's a lot of strategy. Not only do we have Richard Garfield, but myself, Brian Kibler, John Fiorillo, all Magic Pro Tour champions and Hall of Famers. So we've got top tier talent to make sure that this is a game for the competitive player, the casual player. You can play this totally free. This is another big revolutionary thing. You can actually, there's a campaign mode where you can earn cards as you play. You can see a variety of really cool characters. Like this is one of my favorites. Just a little dragon egg at level 1. Not very exciting, but what comes out of dragon eggs? Dragons. So we got a dragon whelp, turns into a giant fire-breathing dragon.
Wow.
So you can see some of the strategy of playing a card that's not necessarily very good early, but you can level it up into something that's really awesome.
Wow, all
so there's a lot of different cool things to do. There's we have what we call structures, which are things that fit inside lanes and like work like enchantments in Magic or constructs in Ascension.
Okay.
And so you can influence a lane, so I can put this down here, and then I can have another creature if I want on top of it.
Nice.
And so you can see there's a lot of strategies about which lanes are relevant, the tactics of what's going on.
All right.
But we have people, we've been doing demos all weekend, and people are loving it. We're going to be posting more stuff on SolForgeGame.com or on Facebook, SolForge. But, sometimes we forget and somebody comes up to the terminal, we're not there to show them how to play, and they can just kind of figure it out just by dragging things and going.
Nice.
And so it's very easy to pick it up, but it's got that depth, and we're super excited about it. Once we get the Kickstarter campaign launched, finished, we're going to rock it and get the game up by next year. And so it's been a really cool thing to develop something and use the TCG world that we love and bring it into the digital space.
Very cool. Now, are you guys going to stick just to the iOS app, or?
No, that's a great question. We're actually going to be launching it on iOS and PC. On the Kickstarter, we have a stretch goal that'll get us onto Android, within a few months of launch. I know everybody loves Android. We hear that question a lot. So it's just about your guys supporting it. We can move. We're going to move to Mac. We're going to move online. The goal is to make this game wherever you are, right? If you're standing in line at the bank, you want to take a turn, you can do that. If you want to sit at home, play a tournament, you can do that. So it's everything that solves a lot of the problems that we have in traditional TCGs, where you have to find people to play or manage your collection, or I need to commit a huge amount of money and time to do this. Here you can do whatever you want. If you got a lot of time, you can earn all the cards you want without paying a dime. If you don't have that much time, you just want to buy a collection, you can do that and come and play in competitive tournaments. Whatever you're looking for, we're going to customize that for you.
Awesome, that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. So yeah, a lot of options and going from there. I just love the idea that there's going to be actual tournaments for it.
Yeah.
That just gets me right there. I can see another time sink for me. Sorry, honey. I love you.
Yeah, well, you know, we all fell victim to that. You know,
Yes.
I grew up playing Magic, and you know,
Sure.
spent most of my life doing that. So, you know, now to be able to work with Richard Garfield and be able to develop a game that, you know, brings that space to the digital world.
Yes.
You know, it's really been a dream come true. It's an exciting thing, and you know, people are loving it here.
Oh, yeah.
We can't wait to show it off more to people at home and get this footage up. When do we know when this footage is going to be going live?
This should be up within 24 hours.
Okay, so awesome. So if you're watching this soon, if by the end of day Monday you donate
Right.
at least $25 to Kickstarter, we have a special promotion for Gen Con where you'll get an extra free starter deck on top of all the cool stuff, the exclusive promos, access
Right.
to the beta, free booster packs, all kinds of goodies to get you started. So if you're listening, now's a great time to be a part of it. You'll get to help influence the direction this
Right.
game takes, and you'll be in on the ground floor and you know, help be a part of this process.
Nice. Well, they just got my money a couple days early then because I was going to wait till I got home. Not now. I can't afford to do that. So I'll be a Kickstarter guy today for this. Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much,
Awesome.
and I hope you guys all enjoy it. You can come on. We'll be answering questions online. We'll be doing it here if you can come by the show. We'll do another show at Penny Arcade Expo in a couple
Nice.
weeks.
Absolutely.
So, you know, we're here talking to the fans, building out the game everybody wants to play.
That's right. All right, guys. This man's excited. He should be. Justin Gary Games. We're talking SOLFORGE. We'll be back. Guys, we're back. It's Gen Con. It's Sunday. We're out at the exhibit hall. I've got author extraordinaire for RPG. You would know it, Jess Hartley. Any of you White Wolf folks, I know you know who she is. Jess, wonderful to see you.
It's so good to see you again, too.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, what brings you to Gen Con this year?
Well, I had the honor of being invited to be an industry guest of honor this year.
I saw that.
And
Incredible.
That's really fun. So I've been doing a lot of panels
Right.
on women in gaming, how to use conventions if you're trying to get into the industry.
Nice.
Just got done doing a book signing downstairs in the Drive-Thru RPG White Wolf booth.
Right.
And
Yeah, they're right up there at the front of the hall, too.
They are,
They
right
got
when you
good
walk
exposure.
in.
Yes.
Definitely.
Cool. All right, so upcoming projects, stuff in the works for you in the next, say, 6 months, or just coming out? What's going on?
A little bit later. Well, Victorian Lost just came out. I was
Okay.
really excited about that. Love the Gaslight era and love Changeling the Lost. So that was really a fun project to work on.
Cool.
And I just finished working on my part of the 20th anniversary edition of Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Wait, 20th anniversary
I know.
edition?
We're all
What
feeling
is,
our
what is
age
going
with
on
that.
here, people?
I'm not sure how that happened when I'm still 18.
That's
but,
right.
You know,
That's right.
So that was really awesome. I'm a huge Garou fan, and so
Right.
that was really, really great to be on that project. And my next project that I'm working on is actually part of the Changing Breeds book for the 20th anniversary
Right.
edition, which is really exciting because I love all the Farah, the Ajaba, and the Bastet and Korax.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm really very, 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 very
So a
jazzed
really
about that.
busy plate for you right now.
It has been really, really busy, really busy.
It's-
I just got done doing some fiction for some other companies too.
Oh, nice.
The Thing, Magpie Games.
Oh, yeah,
did
I
a
saw them down
fantastic Kickstarter.
Right.
And they got enough high enough promotional levels
Right.
on it to do a fiction anthology for their Shakespeare themed RPG, and that's
cool.
out too. Yeah, so
Nice.
really,
You're just
really fun.
dabbling everywhere.
Hey, I like keeping my fingers in all the pies.
Yeah,
all
well,
the
hey,
good stuff.
it's a good problem to have when you're busy.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
hear that. All right. On a non-professional side, how many Gen Cons have you been to?
I think this is my 4th or 5th.
Okay.
Right.
And has it always been like working stuff?
Yeah, it really has, because we've always lived in areas that are very far away from this.
Yes.
And because by the time I started playing, really actively and going to conventions and stuff, I was already working in the industry.
Nice.
I've always been able to kind of fold them into, working events, which
Okay.
I love because it gives me a chance to meet fans and meet people that are playing the things that I'm making, and that for me that's the best part.
To know that, the work that you've put in is bringing joy to other people
Yeah.
is the best part of any of the gaming industry.
Exactly.
So awesome. Well, Jess, wonderful to talk to you.
Oh, it's so good
Definitely
seeing
good.
you again. Thanks for inviting
Oh,
me.
of course, had to. Guys, Jess Hartley, if for some reason you haven't seen this woman's work, you need to. And we're out. All right, guys, I am out here at the Dungeons and Dragons booth. That's right, D&D. I'm here. We're here, Mozu Productions. We're talking to Shelly from Wizards of the Coast.
Yes, you
Shelly,
are.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you. All right. Obviously, it's Gen Con. It's huge.
It is.
What are you guys pushing? Let the audience know.
So right now we are in the throes of the Rise of the Underdark campaign, which maybe the dead giveaway could be the giant lull.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Giant spider queens.
It's kind of hard to miss.
She is.
Yes.
It's an amazing statue.
She is an amazing statue, and you better say that to her face too.
Okay.
So, essentially, we're all acting as drow minions.
Okay.
For Lolth here.
Nice.
So the Rise of the Underdark campaign is a long narrative story that we're telling over the course of the rest of the year.
Okay.
Kicked off earlier this spring, and the way that the reason why we're doing this is really to get back into the roots of D&D, which is storytelling, right?
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
everybody, you sit around the table together, you have that shared story experience,
Yep.
and we really want our players and fans to have that shared story experience no matter how they're engaging with the brand. So if it's through a board game, if it's through a role-playing game accessory, it's through the tabletop game or an in-store play program like D&D Encounters, everybody is sharing in this drow storyline.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, so you mentioned there's different pieces and parts to it.
Lots of
How do
different.
they all fit in?
So they all fit in because they all tell a different part of the story.
Right.
So the best way, if you want the most story, if you want to dig real deep into it, the best way to do that would be through D&D Encounters.
Okay.
So every Wednesday night you can drop into a game shop and you can play through one of these encounters that strung together, they create about a 12-week campaign.
Nice. So basically an organized play program for Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly.
Where was this 20 years ago?
I know,
Oh,
right?
man.
So it's perfect for anyone who maybe they don't have their regular gaming group anymore, or it's just hard to find the time to put together an entire campaign.
Sure.
It's a great program because then you can just go on a Wednesday night, about 2 hours of your time, and we'll give you a pre-generated character even. You don't even have to come with a character.
Wow.
You can if you want, but you don't even have to.
Okay.
And you don't have to even come every single week. It'll just be there waiting for you when you're ready to come.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's where the storyline is really going to be fleshed out the most.
Right.
And the next season actually starts in a week on August 22nd. It's called Council of Spiders.
All right.
This one's interesting.
All right, yes.
Because we're actually giving players the chance to play as drow.
Now, no. Well, sure, we've done that, as outcasts and stuff. Wait a minute. But you mean like everybody's just everybody?
Everybody's a drow.
And they get to be like mean like the drow.
Well, that is up to you.
All right,
That's between you and your DM.
Yeah, I'm going to get that guy.
It's going to be really hard not to want to play a drow true to their nature.
Oh, that's the truth.
And we're giving people some accessories to help them do that, like the D&D fortune cards. I don't know if you're familiar with fortune cards.
No, I've missed the fortune cards.
So D&D fortune cards are something that we developed that's just meant to be a quick little game enhancement. You can just have a deck of these cards. They're sold as booster packs. And on your turn, you flip over a card, and usually you get some in-game benefit.
Oh,
Should something happen. If you roll over this, then you get this, something like that.
Oh, okay.
It'll benefit you and your party. So this next set of fortune cards is called Drow Treachery. Kind of says it all.
No, I don't know. I don't. I'm scared. I'm not using the. Well, I'll use the cards.
You'll use them.
I don't want them used on me though.
I know. So that you still will. If you use them, you still get a benefit.
Okay.
But it's usually at the expense of someone in your party. So you kind of root for
backstab.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, you got hit. Oh, look, now I get a bonus to my next attack roll.
I've got a bonus, and you got stabbed.
So really hard not to want to play. Drow. Menzo Baranzan, which is an awesome source book, really full of flavor about probably the most iconic drow city that there is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's content in there for players and for dungeon masters, everything you need to really get into this whole drow campaign, information about the city, there's beautiful art and maps and campaign hooks and just a lot of info about the whole drow society, which is really fascinating actually.
Oh yeah, it always has been from way back in the day, and unfortunately back then there wasn't enough to dig into.
Yes.
And now.
Well, now we got you covered.
Guys,
many different ways.
Yes, in 100 different ways. You want to be in on the drow.
You do.
They're giving it to you.
And look at this terrain set, the 3D adventure. Do you kind of feel like we're on the Home Shopping Club?
Absolutely.
Only 7 minutes left. Yes. A copy of Menzo Baranzan. But So, and I hope I'm pointing to the right thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Caverns in the Underdark. This is from Gale Force 9. They're doing amazing work. It's so artistic. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, you got some stalactites and stuff there, and all kinds of lichens and mushrooms, and
it really helps ambient your campaign.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
And fully painted, ready to go, guys.
Yeah.
Gale Force 9 always has done good work. Nice that you guys, got that partnership going.
Yeah, I'm very excited about them.
Cool.
We also have Dungeon Command, which is new. It's a miniature-style skirmish board game. They're sold in faction packs. This is the Sting of Wealth faction pack. This is part of Premier, so this is Drow versus Heroes.
Okay.
Who do you think's gonna?
Yeah. There's a reason we're focusing on the Drow.
It depends on who's in charge of that war band, but
sure.
It's very strategy driven, head-to-head combat. This game plays out really fast, 45 minutes. Get your D&D fix during your lunch hour.
During your lunch hour at work, all self-contained. Just you get it and go for broke.
Yeah. So it comes. The minis all have stat cards, so and there's terrain tiles in here too. So all of that can be used with the adventure system board games like Castle Ravenloft.
Nice.
And Legend of Drift.
Yeah. So it all just ties in.
Yep.
It can add to the rest of your stuff. Very cool.
Yep. And of course, there's novels that are all part of the campaign. We have 4 ebook exclusives. We also have R.A. Salvatore's latest installment in the Neverwinter saga, Charon's Claw.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him.
Yes.
Yeah, he wrote about it.
Yeah, of a very famous drow that he's written about.
I think. Yeah. You can't get away from him. He's out there.
He's out there.
I remember the last campaign I ran in high school. Because of that book, because of his books, 10 people, well, I've got to be a drow. I'm like, you all can't be drow.
But now they can.
Guys, now you can. I'm going to have to find those guys. They're all over the country now. I'm going to email them.
We can all be drow campaign.
We can do it now. Let's go.
It's on now.
Get your D20s.
When you play as a drow, you have the option. You could play like Dritz. You could be a drow with conscience.
Right.
Or not.
Or you could just trip somebody and let them fall into a cavern.
Well, you might get a benefit.
That's right.
You do.
Yeah. Oh, look. It's good for me.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. Shame for you.
So there's everything out there now. You can have a drow cell phone case, drow t-shirts. You can drow it up.
Too much of my money is going into this already. I can feel it. Sorry, honey.
Walt wants you to.
Yes, I know. She commands it, actually.
She commands it.
Yeah.
We are weak. We have no choice.
We have no will. The Spider Queen says so.
It's nice to have someone to blame.
Absolutely. And then we're not responsible.
Nope.
It's good.
No.
All right. Well, Shelly, this is some amazing stuff, guys. Definitely, if you missed this down here, first of all, you're crazy. It's Gen Con. You should have been here. But if you missed it, obviously, get out there, pick this stuff up. The quality of the stuff, the art, and everything else is amazing.
Beautiful.
They're obviously putting a lot of energy into it. Hey, you're a D&D fan. This is where you want to be. Shelly, thanks for spending the time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right. We're out. Mozu Pro audience, I am out here with John from Soda Pop Miniatures, and he's going to give us a little rundown on Super Dungeon Explorer. John?
Hey, how's it going? My name is John Kadichi with Soda Pop Miniatures. We are the makers and the creative brains, if you want to call us that, behind Super Dungeon Explorer, Relic Knights, and the upcoming card game Tentacle Bento. Super Dungeon Explorer is basically my version of a it's a tabletop battle game that pits little chibi action anime adventure heroes against monsters in a big old dungeon where they go crowding around and beating up bad guys and collecting treasure and having a great time. The game in itself is literally 50 plus high quality plastic miniatures with game tiles and dice and cards and everything you need just to really kind of dive in and have some great, just free-flowing games. The idea being this is every Saturday morning of me playing Nintendo when I was a kid, and we just want to kind of get that onto the tabletop in a really fun way.
Oh, certainly.
Being that everybody's been sort of up to their necks with skulls and blood and chainmail and axes their whole lives, and with gaming, we wanted something a little bit lighter that was all about being as inclusive as possible. A lot of people play video games, guys and girls alike. They should sit at the same table and have fun.
Absolutely, they should. And as I was telling John, a couple weeks ago, saw this played at a local anime convention, and those guys were swamped, giving demos and teaching the game, and so it's always a good thing. So, John, how's the convention been for you guys overall? Busy? Everybody excited?
It's been really solid. First couple of days, people were in a mad rush to get here. We had an early release for Caverns of Roxor. Caverns of Roxor is actually one of our first level expansions for Super Dungeon Explorer.
Nice.
And really to give it the full video game treatment, we introduced new levels with new bosses and heroes to really modify your gameplay. New monsters to kind of mix things up and keep things fresh. So, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Awesome. Sounds great. Well, hey, continued luck with everything that's going on. You got a great game there. Hope the rest of the show is good. Thanks for being on.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.